So good afternoon. I think we missed the session yesterday. I was having some health issues. That's why. So we'll be having a session tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and that sections will be live. Don't worry. 2 days we'll be having live. Done. So are you facing any technical errors or something like that? Please let me know. Because if you're informing me about it, then only I'll be knowing about it. And in this section, we are going to have an in-depth analysis of the textbook. What we are dealing is contemporary NCERT discussion on contemporary world politics. So along with the NCERT, what we are doing, we are actually covering some of the most important parts for IR also. So it's like an integration process. So let's start on. So this section is going to be much interesting, and we are going to discuss about what ASEAN and all the countries. So we'll start before that. So welcome back to Unacademy. Let's crack UPSC CSE English. If you have not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe it for latest updates and notification. Done. So Unacademy is India's largest online platform where you're able to access the top educators at a single destination. And this is all about Unacademy, our greatest platform. About me, I'm Liyamol Biju. I have completed my Masters in English. I'm a research scholar and experience as a career counselor and 3 years of teaching experiences. So any problem in between, just me know, and you can verify me. You can follow me on the Telegram groups at the description. In the description, no, all the links will be given, and you can follow it. So there is a description box below it. So you go and follow me on the Telegram if you have not yet followed me. So this is going to be a much interesting. So what you get it, you get daily live classes, live testers, unstructured courses, and unlimited access. Even I didn't get you. No, I didn't get you what you're telling. I mean, playlist of this topic is private on YouTube. Why? Don't know? Okay, I'll just inform it. So I'll coordinate with my technical team and I'll just let it correct right now also. Don't worry. Okay, I have informed my technical team about it. So I think they will be making it correct right now itself. But after the section, anyway, you are able to hear me, right? Technical team about it. So I think they will be making it correct right now itself. I can't access to your after the section. Anyway, you are able to hear. I cannot access your other teaching videos. Okay, Ashni, no, it will be available. So whatever the video links I have been sending, no, it will be there available in the YouTube section. So anyway, I have asked them. They will make corrections on it. So we'll start the section. So you can download it from Google Play Store or from the App Store. And this is like a subscription plan. We have two plans, okay? That is Plus and Iconic. In Plus courses, you get live classes, test series, unlimited practice, structured courses. In addition to that, you get personal coach, daily means question and answer practice, study planner, and personalized feedback in Iconic courses. Done. So let us, you have 1 month subscription, 3 months subscription, 22 3 months subscription, 6 months subscription, 12 month and 24 months, 36 days, 36 months, 24 months. I know those who are on your college days and you want to prepare for the civil service, this is one of the best option, but you can choose it. So every course you apply it, you can also use my code BIJU and get a 10% discount on any of the courses. EMI options are also available. Fine. Also, we are having don't worry. So if the setting has been made private, no, it has now changed it, and so the problem is resolved. So this is our optional courses. Okay, right. Like 1 month, 6 month, 12 month, 24 months, and 36 months. There is also courses wherever you want to join. You can apply my code BIJU and get a 10% discount. Here also EMI options are available. Right. So we'll start right now itself. But some technical errors is going on. That's why I just want to make it clear. Fine. So any contacts, any doubts you are having, you can text me personally. I don't will be dealing it. So anything you can personally contact me. Start right now itself. Or any doubts you can personally chat with me in the Telegram. So Telegram description has been given, and this is all the subscription plans what we are having. And optional subject include public administration, agriculture, PSIR, mathematics, psychology, commerce and accountancy, sociology, law, geography, management, Maithili literature, and Hindi literature, Kannada literature, English literature, zoology, and so on. Right. So you want to be a part of any of our courses, you can use my code. And also you want to know more about it, please do ask me. So we'll be clearing it. Yeah, this is about a free class which is being conducted in the Unacademy app. This is on Unacademy app, okay? MCQ section where you get the basic knowledge to what you want for your ancient history. So every portions, even the single portions are being completed, and it is going to help you at a complete level. So I don't want to waste the time. We'll start the sections right now itself. So we are dealing with this contemporary world politics textbook, right? We entered, which are the chapters we have so far covered? Like Cold War is completed and end of bipolarity is completed. US hegemony is completed. So today we are going to see the alternative centers of power. So we'll have a great discussion on it. More or less, it's like a discussion. You might be knowing the content. We will be discussing it. If I am moving fast and you're not getting it, just me know that. So what is always you remember when you come into this type of topics, there was a bipolar world and we have seen the end of the bipolar world, right? Now, India, what is the main aim of India? India wants to be a part of unipolar world or a multipolar world. India wants the world to be multipolar rather than to be bipolar or unipolar, right? Because multi-stakeholders in the market or multi-stakeholders in the country on the world will help to what? Will help to coordinate things. So in this chapter, we are going to deal with uh, European Union. In Asia, we have an association known as Southeast Asian Nation, that is ASEAN, and EU and ASEAN. So what is a scenario that is from 1990 onwards? You can see that US economy has been growing on. So always US economy has been growing on, except in 2008. What happened? 2008, there was a world economic crisis. Okay, until that time, there was a world economic crisis. The things were being going on, and because I want to clear two chapters. That's why I'm a bit fast. And if you're not clear with any points, let me know that. Okay. So this is China. What do you know about Shanghai? So now what happened is, due to globalization, the Shanghai has turned to be a power resource. Now there is a power war. There is a power war. There is a power war, or a war has been going on with which countries? Is it with Russia and US? No, not only with Russia and US. China is an equivalent competitor. China has turned to be an equivalent competitor. A Southeast Asian country, a South Asian country is going to be the most important competitor for US. Who is going to be the world guardian, or who is going to be the world toughest country, and so on. And what is this reason? The reason is the Chinese new economic policy, and this has created a drastic impact in the thing. So not only China, now US have a competitor, that is European Union, ASEAN. We are having many groups like Quad. This Quad is being offered in news. So those who are preparing for the mains this year, you expect a question from the Quad related to the Quad. Something related to the Quad will be there. We will be more specific by the next month. If I'm having a current affairs section, definitely I'll explain it. What does the preference or effects of code? You can see, you can expect a question in regarding code in IR, and for the next prelims you can expect a question for code. If either this year or next year you expect a question, right? Now we are going to see many developments which has been done. What do you know about European Union? What do you know about European Union? What is the currency of European Union? Where is its headquarters? What is its flag? So there was a summit in 2020, that is like July, India European Union summit. It was in July or August, something like that, somewhere like that it was there. So what do you know about European Union? Now we have a memorandum of understanding with European Union. So we'll see the story of it. European Union is basically a group of 28 countries. As if now European Union is a country or something which is having what? 28 countries. Okay. 19 of this country have. So have you heard about a term known as Brexit? What is this Brexit? Britain exiting from European Union. Brexit. 28 countries. Right? We'll see what is this European Union, what is the things that's been going on. So what is this? European Union has having euro as their official currency, and 9 EU members, that is European country, does not use euro. Okay, which include Bulgaria. The countries is not using euro as a currency include Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic or Czech Republic, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Sweden and UK. So these are the countries which is not using what? Euro. Rest of the 19 countries use euro as the official currency. 9 of the European countries is not using euro as a currency. Right? Let's see it. So, what is the basic idea of this European Union came to be? The very basis of this idea of European Union has been started from the question, what will be the case of Europe after the 2 World Wars? So, the world has witnessed 2 World Wars and it has got severe damage, especially in the European countries. And after the 2nd World War, what happened? Berlin Wall, the rise of Berlin Wall, the problem which is being associated with Germany. Germany has lost many things. So many people, many world. Europe was in a bankrupt conditions with US. So due to war, they spent a lot of money in the war, like Italy, Germany, France. They were spending a lot of money in the war, and finally they become debt with US. So they had mainly 2 questions in mind. The first question is, should Europe be allowed to convert its old rivalries or be reconstructed on the principle and institution that would contribute to a positive conception of international relations? So basically, when you come to the 2nd World War, you have to analyze the 2nd World War. Okay, the 2nd World War has tremendously changed the entire world scenario. So you are going to see a new superpower here, that is the rise of America, right? The rise of America is one of the superpower being. Yeah, so the basic concept, the basic question which comes to their mind is, what is the basic concept of the basic question that comes to the mind of a single person? The main idea was the what I mean, should we reconstruct it or should we go with the old rivalries, because already 2 World War and Germany is being divided into 2 with the construction of Berlin Wall. We have discussed it, that's why I'm not going to deep into it. Or whether we should develop an integral market, and can we make a positive notation on positive conception. And what happened after the 2nd World War? Most of the colonized countries started to gain independence. So when you are going to it, most of the colonized countries gained independence after the 2nd World War, including India. So how to maintain a relationship with them and how to maintain this assumption. So in Europe itself, there are big rivalries exist. Okay, not only the outside world, in Europe itself, they had most of the rivalries. So if Europe, if you are having most of the rivalries, how to reconstruct it? For that, how can you have to have an economic coordination? If you are having an economic coordination, definitely you can avoid what? You can avoid the concept of a 3rd World War, and also you can bring back your reputation. So they decided to have reconstruction, and for the reconstruction, with the aim of this reconstruction, they confronted their economies and started European Union in 1945. Is it 1945 is the first time when you are creating it? I think I'll discuss it. Just mark it. That's enough. We'll be dealing with in 1946 when you are tracing back it. So what happened after the integration? Also, the world was being added by a Cold War, and Europe economies. They wanted to recover the European economy, and they did with it Marshall Plan. And what is US also created NATO. So we have seen this. What is Marshall Plan? What is NATO, etc. has been discussed. That's why, okay. What is Marshall Plan? Marshall Plan. The words you have to note here is Marshall Plan. What do you mean by Marshall Plan? Who was Marshall? What is this Marshall Plan? So Marshall Plan was just make a note on it. And this thing was being discussed this year in the newspaper. So Marshall Plan was created in the year 1948. So we are going to see what is Marshall. 1948 created a Marshall Plan. Okay. So what was this Marshall Plan all about? It was a series of relief programs. So Marshall Plan was like a relief program because the entire world was being damaged after the Second World War. So since the entire world is being damaged, you want to bring back it. To bring back it, what you have to do? You have to reconstruct it, rebuild it. For that recovery, the Marshall, that is George Marshall is his name. George Marshall, then US Secretary. Okay, George Marshall was then US Secretary. So he created another plan to bring all these things to the. Okay. So what was this Marshall Plan? Always they had started to transfer 12 billion. Okay, 12 billion as of right now in economy recovery. So they have given this. US has given. They are explaining what is a Marshall Plan, what is the purpose of Marshall Plan, or what is Marshall Plan. So US transferred, that is rupees 12 billion rupees for the recovery program of the Western European economies. So what is the main aim of them? The main aim was to reconstruct war-raged areas, and to modernize Europe. At the end of the World War, what happened means most of the European countries become debt to the US. So when US proposed a plan, they don't have any other thing. They have to accept it. That was their fate, and they accepted it. Indirectly, it is like that. It was like a safety valve theory. Have you heard about a safety valve theory? We have studied the safety valve theory in modern Indian history, right? Same way, this was like a safety valve to avoid the other nations' growth. Also, to protect the world against another what? Another war, another world war. So main thing. So when you are going to study the European history, you will be coming across, no, Italy does not like Germany. Italy and Germany will be standing together. Then finally something happened. Italy will go to France. Italy will go to Austria-Hungary. So they had age-old rivalries. The US thought how to overcome this age-old rivalries. If they are going with the same age-old rivalries, automatically the country, the entire world will be in trouble, right? So to stop that, in order to avoid such a thing, the world has decided, yeah, we'll be having this new plan. This is a master plan of America, and the world does not have any other option. Every country is being debted with USA and sitting like this. They don't have any other opinion, but they have to agree with it. This is what you are tracing back from the history. So they agreed for the Marshall Plan, right? And it was also like an agenda by making Marshall Plan. What was there in the Marshall Plan time? There was USSR, right? 1921 time you get USSR. It was like a barrier, a reconstruction or a indirect war between US and Russia. So USSR, you wanted the America wanted to separate the rest of the world, rest of the European country from this USSR, the very USSR. Okay, so they want to hold the control. For that, they introduced this Marshall Plan, and that is one of the biggest criticism in the Marshall Plan. And how the aid was being given? The aid was being given on the basis on the per capita basis. Okay, so larger country with larger economy got larger money, means high amount of money, so they can maintain it well. And this led to the formation of what? NATO. This led to the formation of NATO. So I don't want to explain this what is National North Atlantic Treaty Organization, because I have explained it twice or thrice with the same classes, with the same topic itself. So it's not nice to discuss it, right, again and again. Done. What is the main aim? Under this Marshall Plan, the Organization for European Economic Cooperation, and for this purpose, they started European Economic Cooperation, which was established in 1948. What is the main aim? The main aim was to implement this Marshall Plan and to bring back the normal economy of the country. Right. Just make a small note on it. Whatever the additional points I'm telling you, please make a note on in your NCERT or wherever be, but you make a note on it. And this is the beginning, and this makes the beginning of economic cooperation between, or trade cooperation between, the European Union. And then European Council was established in 1948 for the first time. Right. So there was a treaty known as Treaty of Paris. In 1952, European Coal and Steel Community. So there was a formation of a European Steel and Coal Community, or European Coal and Steel Community was being formulated in the year 1951, and there was a famous treaty, that is Treaty of Paris. So this is the beginning of European Union. And why I am discussing all these points, this was there in an article. So this year, whatever being discussed from these chapters were there in some way or however, there was all these things came back. The history was being discussing a lot of time in the newspapers nowadays, like many things being discussed. Since it is being discussed, we have the duty to study it. And so this European treaty, the Treaty of Paris, was in 1951 between 6 countries. What was the main aim of this? To reunite their production of steel production. They are joining hands together for the steel production. This was like a beginning. Okay. Then comes the European Atomic Energy Committee. Then you have seen this, what happened in 1949. The Council of Europe was established for the cooperation, and European Economic Community was being in 1957, and before that an international organization was being formed, that is known as European Atomic Energy Community, or Euratom. It is an international organization which is established by, what is a treaty which is established by? It is a treaty, Euratom Treaty, Euratom Treaty of 1957. was established because of European atomic energy. The main aim was to create a specialist market for nuclear power in Europe. So it has same members of European Union right now, and later what happened is the Treaty of Rome. So this is like a first treaty in the 1957. Then you are seeing European Economic Committee was being formed after the step by step. It was the result of Treaty of Rome. Treaty of Rome of 1957. So by the Treaty of Rome in 1957, they started a European economy, and this was like a communal things. Fine. So this is the beginning of it. And this European Economic Treaty was seized in by Lipson Treaty. So this is by the end product. This is a byproduct of Treaty of Rome. Just you don't want to know much into the history. You just want to know the outline, okay? Because you are not taking history as your optional, unless you are taking history as your optional. You don't want to know. And what happened in 2007? 2007, this treaty, the very treaty, was being nullified by the Treaty of Lisbon Treaty. Lisbon Treaty is a treaty which is signed in 2007. By this Treaty of Rome has become nullified. And now all these activities like the European Economic Committee activities is also a part of European Union. So what happened? This European treaty led to the formation of a European Parliament. So what happened? The European Union was established in 1992. Till time, what happened is, you always remember when you're studying the history, the collapse of Soviet bloc put Europe on a fast track and resulted in the establishment of the European Union. So after the European Union, after USSR has been broken down, it led to the establishment of this. To have a single treaty, single economy, single justice and cooperation. And how the Treaty of Europe, I told you in 1992 European Union was being formed. So what is the name of the treaty which has been formed, the result of European Union? The treaty which has been the Maastricht Treaty. The Maastricht Treaty, or the Treaty of European Union, or the Treaty on was signed in between 1992. Fine. And in February 97th, 1992, the big European Union has to be come into power. And end of the Cold War. So what happened in 1992 period? We see the disintegration of Soviet Union, which led to the disintegration of the end of the Cold War. So a new treaty. So I think you got the history how European Union to be came into being. Did you get the understand it? Did you write down the points? These are all part of history, okay? No other go than you are just knowing it. And this is being explained in the newspapers. What are being explained in the newspapers should be studied by us. And now all the separate European communities which were being formed is a part of European Union. And you also have a citizenship that is known as European citizenship is there, and they have their own flag. Then this is the flag of European Union, which stands, which is have a gold star, stands for solidarity and harmony between the people of Europe, to show that, yeah, and 12 stars. What is this 12 stars? Number is traditionally a symbol of perfection, completeness, and unity. Right. Done. So this is a story of European Union, and you have to see this European Union. What we have to see is there are old members, new members. So after the disintegration, many new members being started, many things being done. So this is a European Union, see, and we have to always study India-European Union relationship. So what is the main function of this European Union? European Union has economic, political and diplomatic military influence. And it is world's largest than that of United States. Like European is the biggest economy. Euro and this have been always together. So what is, I have discussed about a European citizenship. Okay, what is this European citizenship? If you are a member of a European citizenship, you can move in and out of the Euro very freely and reside between any states. And they have a common security policy. So we are going to discuss the characteristics of European Union. The first thing is they have a common foreign policy. So their foreign management, foreign policy, and their security policy is being one. And they also have a closer cooperation between police and judiciary, and they have a criminal jurisdiction. Whatever the criminal jurisdiction they are having is similar. They have a single currency that we have discussed, euro, and it also have a European Central Bank. European Union also have European Central Bank. Fine. So it is like having the world's third larger share of world trade is between them, that is with the European Union. And European Union elections being conducted in every country. So we'll be discussing about Brexit in detail. And they also has established a monetary union. What is this monetary union, which is established in 1999 and came into force in 2002? It composes of 19 members. In 2002, Treaty of Paris expired and EC extended to extended actively full. And in 2007, what happened? Treaty of Lisbon came. So is there any organization which is not a part of European Union still? Yes, that is EAEZ. What is this EAEZ is about? European Union Atomic what community? So this is the only community, this is the only organization till now which is out of European Union. So rest of the organization has coordinated and now it become the part of European Union. And in Euro crisis, what happened? So we are discussing about the economy, and 2009 in the world we have a Euro crisis, right? What was this Euro crisis? So Portugal, the countries like Portugal, Ireland, Greece and Spain, they have collapsed due to 2008 crisis, the world economic crisis. Automatically it extended to the Europe in the next year, and which led a Euro crisis. And 2012 European Union, we are discussing all things, no? European Union have received what? European Union has received, or European Union has got what? Nobel Prize for Peace. Nobel Prize for Peace has been received by European Union in 2012. And this is a current scenario. So in your text, no, this won't be discussed. So all these things are latest things. That's why we have to see We'll see the, yeah, it's all being given it here. This is like an important block, okay. It is an important block from World Trade Organization. So WTO, we'll be discussing what is WTO also. And EU has also political and diplomatic influences. Now this is wrong because just strike off the sentence like that itself. I don't know how you know about it. Even though France and Britain having permanent membership in European UN Security Council, they are not right now the members of European Union. There are many members. And what happened means US. So since these members are being there in the United Nations Security Council, these people can influence the US. And when you come into the nuclear program and all, use diplomacy, economic investments and negotiation. So this is being, still this is being like this. No issue. That is, they have an economic investment, military forces coordinations, etc. there. And when you come into the military forces of European Union, is the second largest in the world, and that is, and what is the first? First is US being spending on it. Second is being European Union, and India is not so far behind it. Okay. This information has been updated. See, whatever I'm striking, please do strike it. Don't read it, because we have a latest informations on it. Right? Strike it like that. It's a old funda, not the new funda. As a superpower, as a something like a superpower to be, it can, this European Union can intervene in economic, political and social and stabilized areas. Fine. Hi. So whatever the points being striking, no, you don't read it. It's updated, that's why. In many political areas, this is and all not what we read right now. So just strike it and just write a thing. It haven't intervened. European Union is able to intervene in economic, political and social areas. Sorry, I have striked it completely like this. Except this point, no. Strike the rest. No need. Fine. I'm talking with these people. Euroscepticism and all is now important, not important right now. So just strike it. Don't want to read it. So this is a beautiful timeline given. Plus, I'm just going through the timeline. 1951, West 6 European countries, France, West Germany, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg signed a treaty on Paris, this establishing European coal and steel community. 1957, what happened? They started European Economic Community and European Atomic Energy Community. So, and 1973, they started EEZ, and Greece is a country has joined it. And the first time, 1979, they had a parliament. The Siachen Agreement. Which agreement? The Siachen Agreement of 1985. Not it important. Just you don't want to know what is the content or not, but you just want to know it. That is, the Siachen Agreement abolishes the border controls among EC, and 1989, Spain and Portugal joined EZ, and 1992, Treaty of Maastricht was signed, and this established the European Union. So I hope you're very clear with the ideas of it. Now they created a single market system, 1995, Austria, Finland and Sweden joined the European Union. Euro, a new currency was introduced. It is in the currency bank of IMF. Okay, Euro. New members being joined. This is still the thing. And when you come into this, right now this is a new thing. So no need. Bulgaria. And what is it now? We are going to discuss something very lately. What happened in 2016? That is Brexit. Don't worry, we'll be discussing it. So in addition to this, please do write. So this is all about European Union. What do you want to require to know in and as a UPSC aspirant? I am telling you, we have a European Council. Okay. They have a body known as European Council. So what is this European Council is all about? It is a collective body that defines European Union and overall political directions and priority. It comprises of it have members, head members from all the European Union. It have high representatives in foreign and other policies. And they have a European Parliament. Other thing, European Council, that's all you want to know. European Parliament is and it is directly, this Parliament is being directly elected by the citizens of European Union. Directly elected by the citizens of European Union, and 18 years and above can have a thing. It exercise the legal function. So European Union have a separate European Parliament is and they have an election in which the members are being directly elected. Right. Fine. So I hope you got an idea about it. So European Union by the thing. So this is all you want to know mainly. Then they have a Council of European Union and governments. Ministers of European member states are representatives in this European Union Council and all. They have a European Commission. Okay, since we are discussing all these steps, I don't want to miss any points. That's why. So not much importance, but we are discussing it. We can't predict no. Why this is fine. And we have they have a European Commission. So this all the additional things you won't get it in your NCERT and all. European Commission is it is an executive body. So the European Commission is the executive body of the European Union. Executive of the body of the European Union is European Commissions. They are having 28 members. Then proposed by the member countries, and it have a president, director general, and director general is a person who is being responsible to. So European Commission, what is this European Commission? European Commission is a cabinet government with the 28 members. Those are proposed by member committees. Okay, they're having final approval. One of these 28 members of the European president is proposed by the European Council. They have a director general, and this director general is being headed by it. High representatives of European foreign affairs and security policy. And it have auditors and they have a court of justice. They have a central bank, that is European Central Bank. This is all like European Union, what you want to know it. But now we are going to discuss something very important. Have you heard about Brexit? Brexit was a heat topic of 2016. So why Brexit? Brexit is the short form of Britain exiting European Union. Like charged billions of pounds a year. So basically they have charged £1 million a year for fees for little in return. Okay. European Union has added 8 Eastern European countries. 2004 they had added many countries, which is what happened. As a result, immigration has been started to UK. So when immigration has been started to UK, the people in the UK has been facing many problems. So like there was a hike in the population. When the hike in the population, there was a shortage of resources. Automatically it happens. Because of these reason, the Britain people wanted to be like, and wanted to be away from it. They argued that European Union is morphing into a super state, like they are imposing things. What is the main arguments when you coming to Brexit is that European Union is considered as a superpower, a super thing, and they wanted to be like. So even though if not a part of European Union, also Britain has its own value. So it has withdrawn from European Union. The main reason was the immigration, and they wanted to control the immigration. Main reason was they have to control the immigration. Right. So this is all general things about it. European Union. Hope you clear it. Now what is very important for us is European Union and its relation with India. What is this European Union? EU and India. What are the things you know about EU and India? So 1960 you can trace back the evidence. This is what your memorandum of understanding. Let me ask you, many have asked me, ma'am, from where you have to refer for IR? Okay, minister site, minister sites. Okay, Ministry of External Affairs of India. Okay, Ministry of External Affairs of India. All the details, all the minute details about this has been given. Right, all the minute details has been given there. So if you have anything, any doubt regarding to understanding it, please go and refer the site. So now we are going to see India-Europe foreign policy. EU foreign policy. What is this? They are having India and Europe foreign policy, that is EU is India's largest trading partner. So EU become the largest trading partner of India, which is equal like 11.1 percentage. That is 11.1 percentage of total Indian traders with the European Union. So they are like the largest trading partners, and they also have a biggest foreign investors. European Union is the biggest foreign investors, as well as they are the largest trading partners with India. So what is that? It means that we are having economic ties with European Union. Fine, we are having economic ties with European Union. So we are seeing India and European Union. We can have more ties with it if we are continuing this. So we are having many free trade agreements is been going on. And we are arguing to have a FTA. What is this FTA? Free Trade Agreement. European Parliament say that EU-India trade agreement between that is 8 billion to 8.5 billion. So this is like a numeric data, but you want to write it, you have to know it. Okay. European Union and Indian trade agreement. European Union and Indian trade agreement is like 8 billion to 8.5 billion. It has a global public goods. And it has a cooperation, many cooperation. We are having a green deal with European Union. That is an ambitious project to complete by the 2050. So we are having a very ambitious project that is known as Green Deal. So we are having a very ambitious project with the European Union that is known as the Green Deal. We are having a very ambitious project, and the project name is Green Deal. What is it? By 2050, going to reduce the carbon emission. That is known as a Green Deal. And we have gained investment on that. We are also having a very important strategic partnership with European Union, like India-Pacific region. And what is it? We are having a geopolitical coordination is there. When you're coming to the European Union, we are having India-Pacific and we are having geopolitical coordination. European as a whole offers more to India than the stronger bilateral relations with individual member state. This is like a relationship between Europe and India right now. So we had a 15th India-European Union Summit. What is the main aim of that? We are discussing that articles to here. What is it? Geopolitical pillar. Geopolitical pillar in multipolar Asia. It can act, this is European Union can act as a geopolitical pillar. If you having increasing the ties with India, what happened? It can act as a geopolitical pillar. Fine. Now this is Paris and Brussels, or they wanted, European Union wanted India to be a active participant. So we always have gains from this Indian-European trade agreement. And also this 15th summit discuss about how to deal with the COVID pandemic and how to avoid it. And we already discussed what is this Green Deal and all. We are having defense cooperation, that is something left up. We are having a defense cooperations. Now they are in a way, or India and Europe is having discussion on the high level trade dialogue to address issues as installed negotiations and all. And main aim is to counter China's influence. So after this COVID pandemic, everybody is looking towards China, and somehow always there is reasons to reduce the Chinese influence, because Chinese people are creating a lot of troubles. If something is named China, they claim that it is theirs. So it always causes geopolitical problems. Bordering issues with China is a headache to the world. So everybody is looking towards China and thinking how to attack them, how to Why not a war with China? You cannot have a direct war with China. Why no? Chinese economy is integrated economy with all these things. That is the reason of, that is a byproduct of European, that is a byproduct of this globalization. Fine. So main aim of European Union is, right now we had a discussion, that is how to counter European Union. What is it? So EU can be a reliant partner of India, right, to counter the Chinese influence in the area, neighborhood. So they have their own connective strategy, and they can provide like 414 billion aid can be provided by the European Union. So if we are getting a financial support, we can help it. Like it already have a partnership with Japan and United States. We always, India lacked fund, okay, India lacked fund, that is a reality. So to counter it, if you are getting an opportunity, the coalition with European Union, if you are increasing the ties with the European Union, definitely we can, what? We can help it. And our FTA is not yet signed with the European Union. So remember that India does not have a free trade agreement with European Union. Discussions are being going on, but not yet. Now we are going to discuss something about ASEAN. What is this ASEAN is all about? I'll just give ASEAN and India. So is this another important concept that we want to know? ASEAN. What is this ASEAN is all about? What does ASEAN stands for? Association of Southeast Asian Countries is known as ASEAN. It is a regional organization. See, when I was hearing for the first time, I think I was hearing this ASEAN term concept laid back, okay, like 10 years back or something, like 7 to 8 years back. Anyway, not 7 to 8 years also. Back then that, yeah, might be 7 to 8 years for the first time. I think in my school days I have heard about this ASEAN. So I literally believed that there was a country. Okay, I thought that this is like a country somewhere. Then I checked with the map. I still remember it. I checked with the map because there was in a newspaper heading that ASEAN and India is going to sign something. Yeah, I was checking. Okay, but I haven't. So I always have the habit of studying this world map and all. I really love to look into it. So I was checking, but I didn't find this okay. Then after that only I read it about it. So unlike this, no, we lack materials on that times. This is about my school days. Then I tried to find it out. What is ASEAN? Then it will become more interesting. Okay. So then I understand there is a political map connection with it. Then when I started to prepare myself for the UPSC and in my degree days and all, we come to know about it more clearly, right? Yeah. So I thought, okay, I just want to tell you this. So if you're finding something like that, I had very interested with it. So what I did is, no, I just went to the global map, global thing. So I find that there is not a new country. First I thought like that. ASEAN is going to have an agreement with India. That was the news. Then I checked with the political map, means political map. Then I understand, okay, these are the countries belong to the ASEAN. Then I mark that political mark. So same way, when you are studying a union, when you are studying about any international association, take a map, buy free world map, which was being there. You not free world map. You get it for 1 rupees, 2 rupees, something like that. Sir, okay, you get a world map with political dominations and geographical demarcation is given. mark those countries ASEAN. So when you are studying your final days, no, just go through that maps. So you get might be 20 maps. That is more than enough to study the World Organization. Not even 20. And just like that, might be 20 max. So when you're going to this 20 maps all along, no, it will be very easy to recollect which are the countries being there and what is the relation with it, India. So do this activity, to practice this activity till you will be thoroughing with this map things. Fine. So we'll be moving with the association. It is like it is not a geographical thing, but it is a political union. And what is the motto of ASEAN is one vision, one identity, one community. One vision, one identity, one community. One vision, one identity, and one community is the thing. And 8th August is celebrated as this ASEAN Day. ASEAN Secretariat is in Indonesia. Jakarta. Jakarta is the place for it. So have you heard this one vision, one identity, and one community has been similarly, not this one, a similar motto was being given by Sri Narayana Guru when you come back to the Renaissance and revolutionary movements in modern India. Fine. So what are the member countries of this ASEAN? What are the member countries of this ASEAN? I think they have a map on here. Okay, this is the ASEAN flag. It is created as an alternative power center. China and Chinese economy you have to study. China's and its trading relationship with India is very hot topic of the day. So we'll be seeing, so the members include Indonesia, so these are the ASEAN countries currently it is there, that is Brunei, Darussalam, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia. Then Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand. Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore and Thailand are the other countries which is a part of this thing. What is this? European Union. It was in the year 1967. You can trace back the evidence. That is in the year 1967. ASEAN was established by signing ASEAN Declaration by its founding fathers. By the ASEAN Declaration by the founding fathers, it has been started. The founding fathers include Indonesia, Malaysia. So the countries which started the ASEAN is why this regional cooperation. This regional cooperation, European, it was like similarly taking like European Union in the Southeast Asian country. They wanted to have a coordination. To have this coordination and to combat with the China, to compete with the China, you need a support. So all these ASEAN countries united and formed it. Okay. And 1967 is the first time. 1967 is the, I think you can see here it is, okay, 1967 is the year when ASEAN was being signed by ASEAN Declaration of Bangkok, or ASEAN Declaration, or otherwise known as Bangkok Declaration. 1990s, members has been doubled. Addition to Brunei, Vietnam, Laos and Myanmar and Cambodia. 1995, what happened? This is like the timeline. In 1995, they signed an agreement between them to free nuclear zone. Though we are not going to use this nuclear power. So in 1995, they decided to be union together and they signed a deal. Fine. And 1997, they adopted a vision known as Vision 2020. But what happened? The corona pandemic has created many things. In 2003, 3 they created a Bali Concord. 2 for the establishment of the ASEAN community. 2007 Cebu Declaration. Cebu Declaration is something, what is this? Then ASEAN Charter came to be legal in 2008. ASEAN Charter, they have a charter and it came to be. 2015, they launched the ASEAN Community. What is this ASEAN Community? ASEAN Community, 2015, they launched the ASEAN Community. Okay, this is not there in your NCERT. Please do add it. It mainly comprises of 3 pillars. The 3 pillars include ASEAN Political Community, ASEAN Economic Community, ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. You don't think that I am telling many facts. What to do? This is all, you have to know facts. That's right. Right. So to promote, what is the main aim? To promote the Southeast Asian studies, to promote the coordination between them, to improve the living standard of the people in the country, to have a sustainable development, and so on. These are all the criteria being there. Fine. Now this is it. So these are the things what we have been discussed so far. ASEAN was established by these 5 countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and by signing Bangkok Declaration. We discussed all these points. Okay, whatever being discussed, being there additional points to be discussed, and we discussed the additional points also. We have to know this is a ASEAN flag and this is a legal cooperation between the ASEAN countries and things. Right. The ASEAN logo, ASEAN flag and ASEAN logo. Right. So why this ASEAN security community was being made? Their main idea to establish a security community because they had many security issues, that is ASEAN political security community, which was established in the 2002-3. What is the main aim? Their main aim was to conjoin this political ties. They had many political problems between them, so they want to stop it. And they had many members, they have signed many things, and that is what is being signed. To have neutrality and cooperation and respect for the thing. It also have a regional forum which was established in India 1994. What is it? To have economic coordination and coordination of security and foreign policy. See, what is the main aim of things? ASEAN has always wanted to remain as a economic association. So unlike European Union, they does not have a common currency, but they have economic ties. When you are studying ASEAN, you always try to be with European Union. You have a comparison with it. ASEAN is like an economic association, where European Union is like a complete association. Like there are many things being involved into it, many things being there, noted down. Done. Main aim of this ASEAN community is to create a common platform, a common market for the production base within ASEAN states. Aid social and economic development in the region. The economic community would also improve like exiting ASEAN disputes. It also have a dispute settlement mechanism to have a free trade agreement, to have this FTA and to all those stuffs. Yes, ASEAN countries having free trade agreement. So ASEAN have a free trade agreement. So this is like a regional mechanism mainly to cooperate the economic things, social development, also to have dispute settlement. Its Vision 2020 has defined an outward outlooking rolling. Okay. This builds on existing ASEAN policy to encourage negotiation over the conflicts in region. So ASEAN has meditated at the end of the Cambodian conflict. This is all story. You just don't want to, it have many FTS and all. We have improved it, even though the NCERT has not yet improved. Now we have to see what we have to study is ASEAN and India relation. ASEAN and India. Okay, ASEAN and India. Right. So what do you know about India, ASEAN? India and ASEAN. That is what we are going to look now. India and ASEAN. India plus ASEAN. Fine. To know about it, you have to know Look East policy. Look East policy of 1991. India had bilateral relations. Okay, they wanted to have the bilateral relations. So, in 1992, what happened is they established. This is these two countries established a secretarial dialogue partnership, and it became a regional dialogue partnership in 1996, and India became a member of ASEAN Regional Forum in 1996. From 1996 onwards, you can see the involvement of India in the ASEAN region. And in 2012, they have increased their bilateral relationship. So now we have more than 30 engagements between ASEAN and affiliated groups. Now we can see that it is a most important initiative of India's Act East policy. So India is looking towards, we are having a bilateral and IR policy that is known as looking towards East, or India's Act East policy. ASEAN is a clear pillar of it. So you have to have economic ties despite of the problems being there. And what is it? ASEAN is the 4th largest trading partner and the 7th largest trading partner of the bloc. ASEAN is India's, when you're coming to the economic ties, you have to always remember ASEAN is the 4th country or the 4th trading partner. ASEAN is the 4th trading partner, and in India, and India is the 7th largest trading partner of this bloc. By 2010 and all, this economic coordination has been further increased. So we were having mini strikes, and when I'm discussing globalization, you will be more know about it. And in 2015, they had a service agreement. 2015, India signed a service agreement with ASEAN, and now this bilateral trade and investment ties are increasing. Now India, they have signed this 22% of its total outbound FDI. When you're coming it, there are some blocks also. That is criticism, you can say like that. Okay. 45% of the Indian manufacturing area is being contributed by this ASEAN community. So this FDI inflows and SMEs, India have a collaboration, like they're having a supply chain, poor infrastructure, back maritime. What are the blockages what we are facing with the ASEAN? The thing is, like, we have a problem with the supply chain. We are having a poor infrastructure connectivity and bad maritime and air connectivity. Bureaucratic cost. Bureaucratic cost is another reason for this. Many taxes, licensing process and all. So another thing is the regions are facing, even though they wanted to be improved by the economically, that is not being fulfilled. SME sector in the, you have this with a new supply chain. India huge dependent on foreign technologies and foreign market. That is China, like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam and Thailand are emerging manufacturers of the hotspots of China. Fine. See, China looking towards China. When you're looking towards China, they have one road, one belt initiative. They are tying their cooperation. They are doing many things. Even in Pak occupied China, India, they are doing it. That is Gilgit-Baltistan. We have reserved. I think I have discussed the same issue in the current affairs classes, not here in the app. Fine. Now, what have the things India be concentrated on? You have to improve your technological things. We are not up to date with the tech. We are up to date with the technological market when you are comparing with the rest of the world. It's comparison, but we are not in the top level. We have to increase it. And have you heard about India-Myanmar trilateral highway? India and Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway. Now it has then we are having a BIPIN agreement of 2016. Kaldan multi-modal transport project. These are the something that we are propping up. So BIPIN agreement. This is a motor vehicle agreement between Bangladesh, Bhutan, and India that you can have travel. Free trade will be allowed. Then India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral road highway. This is another agreement. Kaldan multi-modal transit project. Right? So this is the things we have to discuss with the ASEAN. Chinese economy. So there is a latest news, I think like 3 hours, 4 hours back, why Chinese economy keeps even after booming even after COVID. Even after the pandemic COVID situation, the Chinese is being increasing their economical ties. Why? See what happened during the COVID pandemic. To understand it, to know what is it, you have to understand the rise of Chinese economy. What is this rise of Chinese economy? Why there was a rise in Chinese economy? So you can trace back this story back to 50 years. So I have mentioned some word, I don't know, that is India have introduced China to the UN Security Council and China become a permanent member of the UN Security Council, whereas India is still finding a space to be find it. And what is the reason? What is the thing? It is an autocratarian government, right? Since even though it is an autocratarian government, why the government is improving much? So all these questions is having much relevance today. Done. So now onwards, when you're tracing back, China become the fastest growing economy, and it will overtake US by 2040. This is an estimation. It is a third major economy right now. It is become the second major economy right now. See, when you are coming to the Chinese history, both the countries, that is India and China, has started to rebuild their economy from 1950 onwards. But China has rebuilt the economy and they become one of the toppers in the world. Why not India? So, like, what is the problem within India followed a policy of protectionism. So they tried to have a protectionism, and in 1991, a new economic policy was being a part of, after the result of globalization. The IMF forced India to follow the policy of globalization. Forced globalization was being practiced. That is, the both economies struggled after the initial phases. That is, Chinese economy and Indian economy has been thing. Okay, what to say? They had resources. The main thing is they have a big resources, and even it can be world's largest economy by 2040. So US always tried to stop this relationship, stop the growth of China, and it created a lot of another problems with the world. In 1978, you can know who was Mao. So 1978 Mao was ruling. Till 1978 Mao was ruling the China. So after his death, China has liberalized economy. So in 1970 China liberalized an economy, whereas India liberalized their economy only in 1991. And what is the other problem which is being faced by China? China was having the problem of population. So it followed the policy of what? One child policy was being implemented here in the country. The very concept of this has been brought by the India. Still it is not implemented. The very concept of reducing the population idea has been implemented. Means idea has been projected from Indians' mind, but it was practiced by China. So these two things made China's economy growth. It is the second largest economy. This is given as the third alternative. I know it is the second largest economy. So this book is old. They know of it. Second largest economy. This you strike it and add a second world economy. Okay. The first thing what China did was they created labor intensive jobs. First thing what China did was they created labor intensive jobs was being created. New job area was being created. Economic zones was being created. New FDI policy was being followed by the China. So this all the things has made a Chinese economy into a latest phase, a new phase, and it created a new argument, new things with it. Okay. And they have invested in higher education and things and all. Now only we are doing all these stuff. That is the reason why we are backing. They has grown up. And autocratarian government. We are having a government when something happened to us. We are having a liberal democracy. So that is why the liberal democracy, what is the need of liberal democracy has been discussed in the world. Fine. Right? China followed an open door policy. This when did China become republic? China become republic only in 1949, and following by a communist revolution by the Mao and under the leadership of Mao, and the economy was based on Soviet model, and they become communist. They become what? Mao, after Mao, what happened means he has curtailed the capitalist link with the rest of the world, and he followed the model in the communist model of economy. But what happened after 1978 when he passed away, they started to liberalize, and they had state-owned industries. Then it became to the privatization, and they had state-owned agriculture practices like the USSR. Now it has been freed. They largely believe to economy, that is manufacturing. They try to have manufacturing, whereas we followed the agricultural policy. So we focused on agriculture. So this is like comparison. Basically, we focused in initial days on agriculture, whereas China focused on industrialization. That is the reason why they have increased and create employment and welfare measures to the places, developing the education they associated with better health things and all. And from 1972 onwards, they had to establish the relationship with the United States. We waited till 1991 to have establishment a relationship with it. Not in 1991 also. After that also we waited. See, actually US offered us when we become independent. You know, if you go back to the history, US actually invited India to be a part of it. India denied it. They went to Pakistan. We don't. Pakistan was having an economic growth than India before times. Now their condition has been worse. Okay. In 1972, they established a relationship with United States, and they started to modernize the technology. Open door policy of China, and they have economic reforms. They did it in 1973. We did it in 1991. That is the thing. They concentrated on market economy. They did not go for any shock therapy and all. They opened their economy not suddenly but step by step. 1982, they followed privatization of industry. By 1992 and all, no, privatization of agriculture was being practiced in 1982. By 1998, they followed the privatization of industries. They created special economic zones. They could invest in the Chinese market. So this new Chinese policy has helped them to break from the stagnation. So this is all what being mentioned here. So by WTO and all, they had a further step. So UBIL has been a part of IMF. Chinese currency is a part of IMF world that market things. Okay. Now they had integration technology with they try to integrate themselves with the rest of the world. Fine. Later to the century, they improved dramatically. They had ties with ASEAN, US, Taiwan, and many things. And what is this about India-China relationship? India and China have a strained relationship, and even though they are both they wanted to be the great powers of things, but they have a strained relationship. India, China have a strained relationship. So Gilt Balochistan, a Pak-occupied Kashmir, they are building One Road, One Belt initiative. It is a part of India. In 1962, what happened? There was this Indo-China war. So when you come to China, China was ruled by different dynasty like Mongolia, Korea, parts of China, and accepted Chinese authority. Same way it has been. Even Huansang has visited in India, right? When you're going back to the ancient history, you can see that the Huansang has visited India, and he have in his writing we can see that India having a very good role in many things. India, China thing, you have to trace back the history also. Now it is one of the most strained relationship. India, China have a strained relationship, very strained, very pathetic relationship. So China is having more connection with right now that of what? Nepal. Sri Lanka, they have a strained relationship with Sri Lanka. So you always have, you can trace back the India-China conflict. You can trace back the India-China conflict evidence from the 1962, which India suffered military reserves and had a long-term implications for India-China relations. And from 1976 onwards, they had a very down-third relationship. Means they don't have a good connection, a good communication connection. And we always consider China as one of the economy. And all the problem will be starting with this line of control in Ladakh priority. So always there's a strained relation, like even in the military cooperation or in anything, we are having a strange policy with the China. Even though we import things from China, economical ways, okay, fine. Then also the rest of the thing. So what we have done recently? Recently we have banned Chinese apps like TikTok, Charlotte, USB browser, etc. Weibo. That is, the government has banned 59 apps after this COVID pandemic has started. No, not because of COVID pandemic. Never ever think that. Like they had stopped it. So all these tracebacks can be big from the 1970s. So the political leadership from mid of 1970. And they become very less ideological. They always wanted to have attack on India. They always wanted to keep with India. Even though the bilateral trade between India has increased to more than 18 billion, 18 billion, and now it has increased more than that. India has its nuclear test in 1998. And what is it? It justified that we have threat from China. India tried to be a part of this thing, and Rajiv Gandhi has visited China in 1998 to have to recover this relationship. But what happened? You know, it doesn't work out. Many conflict has been still now, and this is a background of it. That is 1972 China, Indian-China civil war and all. And this is not less important. What we want to know about is right now. So China is always threatening. They are having a geopolitical problem with, geographically, strategically, India have problem with the China. When you come into the economic ties recently, what happened means India have a trade deficit. India has trade deficit with China. India has trade deficit. India has a trade deficit with China, like a dollar 48.66 billion rupees. Okay, in the decline of exports. So what happened? The border tension plus COVID pandemic made India to stop using this. India has banned 59 apps of this China, and India mainly relied on the Chinese production, but India now tried to be away from the Chinese production, and they say, we don't have a strained relation, we don't want such a relationship. So now from April 19, in April 1920, that is in 2020, India has tightened this FDI norms. Now we have a stringent FDI norms and we are against this. What is China's response to us? China very happily constructing land to India, and they wanted the Gilgit-Baltistan area. Now we are having code problem will be there, that is Indian United States amid US China tensions. Okay, China is trying to build a Pakistan economic corridor in Pakistan, where it is being provoked by this. What is this line of control? Do you know? You might have been heard this. Line of actual control is actually demarcation of the that separate the Indian territory with the Chinese things. We always have problem with this border issues. Okay. And Sangpo Lake is in India. So if somebody is visiting the Sangpo, it always have a threat to China. What is it? Who is visiting to China create a threat to them? Find out. Dalai Lama. Okay, this Sangpo is also very important when he is visiting Tibet. Somewhere in India, when this a place in Arunachal Pradesh or in Assam, I'm not mentioning the place, try to find it. When Dalai Lama is going to visit there, no, the Chinese economy will like, you should not visit. One time India told that, okay, this is our place, why you are so much worried about it? So this is like, we are trying to boost ourselves by the program of this Atmanirbhar Bharat, like vocal for local, etc. So this is all you want to know about it. This is an NCERT discussion, going much beyond it for like things. No, you also get bored to it. Thank you. I hope you will have a great day. We'll have a discussion tomorrow 2 p.m. and that's it. You can use my code BIJU and get a 10% discount on any of the subscription. Please do